Morning. Welcome everyone. I understand that we have nearly 900 signed up for this great presentation. I think there are about 500 or so logged in as we speak today. So hopefully the rest of them get signed in. It's really impressive and encouraging that so many people have taken an interest in this presentation. Our staff has worked really hard to put together a good informational presentation that'll hopefully excel beyond your expectations. So a big welcome. Many of you may not know me. My name is Mike Waguespack. I am the newly elected legislative auditor. I was elected by the legislature at the beginning of this session in April, and I'm truly honored to be here in this position, and want to thank you for all the support that you and the accounting and governmental community has given me thus far. Just a little bit about my background. I'm a graduate of LSU, graduated in 1987 with a degree in accounting. I went to work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, which was then called Coopers & Lybrand in 1987. Left the Big Six firm to open my private practice, where I continued to practice for 31 years, primarily in the Napoleonville, Thibodaux, Donaldsonville area. I spent a lot of time working on various governmental entities as well as doing tax work. So I have a wide variety of governmental folks that I've enjoyed visiting and auditing over the years. Had a calling for public service and ran for sheriff in 1999 and served 16 years as the sheriff of Assumption Parish. I guess you'd say I got a little bored with numbers and need a little more action in my life, but it was a great experience. After leaving my post as sheriff, I was appointed by Governor John Bell Edwards to serve as the tax commission, and served as vice chairman of the tax commission for 5 years until I was appointed to this position as we sit today. A little more personal, I'm married. I have 2 beautiful daughters. One who, my oldest is a graduate of Auburn, and then later is now attending LSU Med School in New Orleans. And my youngest daughter, Sydney, is a psychology major here in Baton Rouge. So as I get older, I should have all the health care and mental care needs at my beck and call, hopefully, to keep me healthy and sane. So I call Thibodaux home, but I am staying in downtown Baton Rouge, renting an apartment where I want to be close to the office, fully engaged with my staff, and just, less time commuting, which is too much downtime for me. On my off days, I love to fish. I have spent a lot of time in Grand Isle. Of course, I'm not fishing now. I'm doing a lot of repair work in Grand Isle. So our hearts and prayers for all those that are affected in South Louisiana by Ida. Mine's just a camp, but many people in that area, it's their actual home. So they're under a lot of strain and stress. So, anything you can do to help those folks, please do. Just a quick update on the auditor's office. I first want to acknowledge my predecessor, Darryl Papera. He retired having served in this office for 35 years. He's now a full-time pastor of the First Baptist Church of Central Louisiana. So we wish him the best as he continues his life in public service. And I just want to thank him for leaving me a very capable staff that hasn't missed a beat. They're on task every day. Some organizational changes I have made. I've kind of wanted to implement my style of management. I've sort of flattened the org chart, and so I have more direct reports. And being an outsider that came into this organization, I really wanted to fully engage with the management of the staff and better understand everybody's role and responsibility. So doing so, I have more direct reports, so I understand what this team is doing. I can't thank the former first assistant, who was also the temporary legislative auditor, Mr. Tom Cole, for his help. He went above and beyond to allow for a smooth transition. Hopefully he's playing golf today. He certainly deserves it after spending 41 years in the legislative auditor's office. So Ernie Somerville, some of you may or may not know, was head of our financial division, is now my first assistant. We had 2 upper management positions, the chief administrative officer and assistant legislative auditor for state services, that were kind of eliminated from the org chart. These were recent retirees. I felt the need that I would assume most of that role and push some responsibilities to others. And we wanted to preserve those dollars so that we can recruit more boots on the ground for new hires. And we have to work within our budget constraints like everyone else, and we just need to be more prudent with our dollars. We hired Diane Allison, who just did the introduction for us today, as our Director of Local Government Services, and she replaces Brad Cryer, whose death was untimely and regretful for many. I know many of you today probably have reached out to him for technical advice, et cetera. So Diane has some big shoes to fill. So our continued prayers for Bradley's family. And also new to the team is Kenny Herbold, the Director of Actuarial Services. It's been a long time since we've had an actual actuary on staff. And so we welcome Kenny, who we recruited from the Texas Pension Review Board, a big entity in Texas. So we welcome him to Baton Rouge with his family, et cetera. Others to mention, Roger Harris, of course, is the lead of our investigative division and our executive counsel. Jennifer Shea, who will follow me, general counsel and head of our human resources. Jennifer, for many years, has been a trusted advisor, so she's a familiar face and a familiar voice to all. Karen LeBlanc, Director of our Performance Audit Services. John Moorhead, who's Director of Recovery Assistance Services. And again, as I mentioned, Kenny joined us as Director of the Actuarial Services. With respect to the budget that I mentioned earlier, we've had very good success in this legislative session, and we're able to secure the additional $2 million that we requested for our budget. In the past, it's been denied. They've always been about $2 million short of their request. I'm very fortunate, first time coming in at doing the ask, and they fulfilled the request, because our fund balance was dwindling. So it was kind of putting us in a very awkward position to continue our professional services. As well, we were able to carry over some CARES Act funding as recovery continues and work on projects in that space. Having been here since April, I can tell you this team is very focused. It's very complimentary to hear the comments from legislatures, DAs, sheriffs, all those stakeholders that request advice and consultations from us. So it's, my theme as the new legislative auditor is just really, I want to emphasize on us being trusted advisors. In the past, and look, sitting on the other side as an auditor and in private practice, representing many clients, there was always this fear. There's always fear of the legislative auditor being the guy that's going to sneak up, walk in the back door and find all these horrendous findings. And it's just, I don't want that to be the perception of this office. I want us to understand that we're all on the same team. We all have to be accountable and transparent to the taxpayers and stakeholders. So again, if I could stress nothing more with respect to my position, is we just want to be recognized as the go-to agency to be the trusted advisor in your world. Recruitment has been an issue for this office. We certainly would highly appreciate any referrals you make. If you know any accounting majors or CPA candidates, MBA candidates, professional degreed or masters, folks that would fit the role, we encourage them to apply. This is a great office, very competitive salaries with wonderful benefits. And I'm going to do more on the road visiting with the deans of the business, the universities, and really just try to forge and build relationships with all universities to make sure we have a good, solid, diverse team throughout the state of Louisiana. North Louisiana is where we're kind of lacking, and I'm going to start my focus there, because we need help in North Louisiana with the workload that we have. So, feel free to email me, call me, refer any possible candidates to me, and I'll pass on my information in a little bit. Just some other things that we may be doing. We're about to send out an RFP to kind of rebrand our image. We want to kind of refresh things on our website, make it a little more user-friendly when you're searching for reports and going through the FAQs. We are updating our FAQs, and we certainly roll those are a big, big resource to local government, to you guys. So we want to make sure that we have those up to date. And if there's any and ever a question, obviously you reach out to us, and we'll be glad to answer. If you follow us on social media, you may see we're starting to welcome our new hires, our new candidates. We're going to start pushing more information out there. We encourage you to follow us on the various social media platforms, as we sort of want to increase our following just more for informational and increase our transparency and accountability to the public. So just to conclude, I want to just know that I want you to be comfortable being transparent with us, and we want to be that trusted go-to advisor. And we're all, you know, again, we're all in the same team. We're just trying to be the best trusted stewards of the taxpayer dollars. And I really hope you appreciate this presentation, this Zoom meeting. We're working hard to roll this out again and planning for next year. I would love to do an in-person one day. This Zoom meeting, which we've all learned during this COVID era, has certainly worked well. And of course, it also saves a lot of dollars on travel expense for many of the jurisdictions that may not afford to send staff to Baton Rouge. So we hope this is going to work for you. We do want to have an in-person venue, but we're going to see how it works going into next year. So probably after the next legislative session, we'll definitely look forward to having another presentation with you. So again, if there's any questions or any comments that you may have, I'm going to leave you with my email verbally. It's mwag, simple, MWAG @lla.la.gov, or you can call direct to my assistant, 225-339-3839. Again, that's 225-339-3839. Again, I just want to tell you that we're here to serve. We're here to help educate you. We all want to just learn more. I learn more every day about how this office runs. We learn more technical side of all the work that we do, and we never stop learning. So we want to be the best of the best, the best practices. We hope we can roll out some good information to you to keep us in the lane that we need to be in. So again, it's all about transparency and accountability to the taxpayers and stakeholders. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank my staff for putting this together. And again, I just hope you have not a fun-filled day, but a very informative day. And I hope it's relaxing for you as you learn. Again, feel free to send us questions, and stay safe. We look forward to meeting you all in person one day. So that kind of concludes my my introduction. And if you'll stand by for Ms. Jennifer Shea, our General Counsel, she'll be up next.